Hello everyone, I'm Rupali Meshram. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for my latest updates. Good morning students. Today we are going to see Standard 7th, Civics, Chapter number 4, Fundamental Rights, Part 1. Here you can see, before starting the chapter, they had given some pictures. The two children, they are showing the board of education is our right. The two workers are showing we must get the assurance of a minimum wage, it is our right. The two women are showing the board of we have a right over our forest and its resources. As by observing these three pictures, we can come to know that they are talking about their rights, which is given by Constitutional Law Book. Let's find out. First one, you must be aware of children's rights. Can you name two important rights of children? Yes, three important rights of children are stated as the first one, the right to education. Here, all children between the age of 6 to 14 years have a fundamental rights to education. And another one for the children is Convention on the Rights of the Children, that is CRC. This right makes it clear that children have human rights, individual identities are in need of some protection and have voices that should be heard and given due weight. It formed a direct relationship between a child and the state, and where the rights and obligations lie in the relationship on issues like children's right to health, freedom of expression, the right to free from violence, the right to privacy, and many more. Second point, we are aware of terms like women's rights, rights of tribals, right of farmers, and so on. There emerge some questions regarding these rights. Following are four questions to which we have to find out the answers. The first one, what are the uses of rights? And the second one is, do they have to be given by somebody? Answer for these two questions is, the uses of rights are rights provide everyone with an atmosphere conducive for living and for their development. Everyone can enjoy freedom through these rights. Everyone gets an equal opportunity. A sense of social security is created from the rights. Also, an individual or a group can raise their voice against injustice or an exploitation. Third question, can rights be taken away? And the fourth one, if rights are taken away, who should we contact for redressal? To these two questions, the answer is no. The rights cannot be taken away by anyone. No one is having the right to take away our rights from us. In case of any encroachment upon one's rights, one may appeal in the court to seek justice for the same. If you find somewhere else that someone is trying to take your right, in that cases you can complain about that person in the police station and you can file a report. You must have seen such placards in newspapers and elsewhere. In a rally or a march, sometimes a certain demand is made asserting it to be their right. As we know, as in a march or if anything something had been went wrong in TV channels or in news reports or in newspapers, you had seen that some people are protesting the rallies and they are showing the different boards which are showing the rights which are given by Constitutional Law Book. We get right at birth. every newborn baby has to right to life. As when we take birth in this society, in this living earth, at that time, from that time, our rights, we get it. And according to it, it is our birthright. That when we will take birth, from that day only, the rights will be included in our life. The entire society and government takes efforts to ensure that the baby is in the best of health. The first right, when you take birth, the first right which you get is that the best of your health. Only when all individuals get protection from injustice, exploitation, discrimination and deprivation, and after the health, the other protections which we get, that is, the injustice should not be happened with you, exploitation on you should not be done, no any person have the right to discriminate between you or deprive you from the society. Will they be able to develop their skills and qualities? As each and every person who will take birth in society, they are having the right to develop themselves and to improve their skills and qualities. Demanding one's right is insisting on creating an atmosphere conducive to the development of the self as well as the entire society. Yes, we have the right to stay in the atmosphere wherever we want and to develop ourselves as well as you want. In which way you want to build yourself, you can build yourself in that way. That right is given by our constitutional law book to each and every person of our society. The Indian Constitution has guaranteed equal rights to all citizens in order to create this conducive atmosphere as to maintain the equality between the people. The rights are distributed equally between each and every person of our country. These rights are fundamental rights. So, the rights which are given to the people to protect their life, to live the freedom or to enjoy the freedom in life, that rights are known as fundamental rights. As they are included in the Constitution, they have the status of law. It is imperative for everybody to abide by these rights, as it is compulsory to each and every person to follow the rights and to give the rights and to conduct the rights according to the constitutional law book. No one is having the right to take away the rights from us. Use your imagination and write. Do you have pet animals like dogs, cats, cows, buffaloes or goats? You surely take good care of them and love them. If these animals could speak, what rights do you think they would ask from you? As according to this imagination, you will get that if pet animals could speak, they would ask for the following rights. The first one, the right to roam around freely wherever and whenever they wish. The second right they will want, the right to eat whatever they want, whenever they want, that is right to food. The third right, which the animals will ask you, the right to expression. Our rights as mentioned in the Constitution. Let us understand the rights of Indian citizens included in the Constitution. The first right which is given by our Constitution to us is right to equality. According to the right of equality, the state cannot discriminate among citizens as superior, inferior, or as men, women, and cannot give different treatment or privileges to anybody. The same law applies equally to all. Many laws gives us protection. For example, we have protection from arrest without warrant. Also, the state cannot discriminate while extending such protection. Under this right to equality, the person should not be discriminated on the basis of men, women, caste, creed, color, religion, whatever, and many more things. So, all the people are having to protect the rights and laws, and to protect the laws to give them a boost to their life. So, also, the government has given a right, a law they had made that without a warrant, no any person cannot be arrested. So, this is the right which is given by constitutional law book to us. Let's discuss what are the advantages of equality before law and equal protection of the laws. Under this, you can see that there is no discrimination among citizens as superior, inferior, as men, women, or while extending any protection like protection from arrest without a warrant. Like this only, there is no discrimination among the citizen on the basis of religion, caste, race, sex, descent, or place of birth or residence. The inhuman practice of untouchability has been abolished in order to establish equality in Indian society. Also, the titles like Raja, Maharaja, Rao Sahib, etc. have also been abolished, hence there is no artificial hierarchy among the people. What other things are included in the right to equality? So, the state cannot discriminate against any citizen on ground of religion, caste, race, sex, descent, or place of birth or residence for government employment. The inhuman practice of untouchability that was prevalent in our society, in our country, has been abolished by law. The practice of untouchability in any form is a cognizable offence. To establish equality in India society, the constitution has also abolished titles that create an artificial hierarchy among people. For example, titles like Raja, Maharaja, Rao Bahadur, etc. have been abolished. Like this only, just we had seen this type of questions can be seen. Just we had discussed on it. As no any people should be treated as he's a special person. Each and every person in this in front of the society or in front of government, it is equal. Do you know? The Constitution prevents the state from conferring titles that nurture inequality and draw wedges in social unity. But the state does confer awards like Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan, etc. for distinguished contribution in different fields. Bharat Ratna is the greatest civilian honor or reward for our country. Medals of honor like Paramvir Chakra, Ashok Chakra, Shaurya Chakra are awarded for remarkable service in the armed forces. Such awards don't bestow any special rights or privilege upon those who receive them. It is only a recognition of their contribution. As the person who will give a special contribution to our country, they can be given a different type of awards or different types of medals. As above they had given, and also in day-to-day life we observe that the people who will get Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan and many different awards, and also they get the people, army people, navy people, they get Paramvir Chakra, Ashok Chakra, Shaurya Chakra, and many other peoples also will get the armed forces who will do their best for the country. The next is right to liberty. This is a very important right given by the Constitution. It gives a guarantee of all the freedom necessary from the points of view of the individual. As Indian citizen, we have the right to freedom of speech and expression. The second right which is given by our Constitution, that is liberty. Under this, it is important right of our constitution. Also, it guarantees of all the freedom necessary from all point of view of the individual. Means we are free. We are free to move. What type of freedom we are having now? The first one they had given freedom of speech and expression. Under the right of liberty, the first freedom which we will get, that is, we are free to speak and also to express our feelings in front of society. The second freedom which we will get under the right to liberty is freedom to assemble peaceably. Means wherever we want, peacefully we can go anywhere else, and also we can attend any meetings or any organizations. We are free to move any places or to join any organizations. The third one is freedom to form association or unions, as we are free to create any organization or we are free to join any association. Also, we can create any association or unions, and we can help our society to gain their rights. Freedom to move freely throughout the territory of India, as we are free to move anywhere in the part of our country. Wherever we want, we can go without any fear and or without any permission. The another right under the right to liberty is freedom to reside and settle in any part of the territory of India. So, as if we feel that we are now bored from the Maharashtra state, so we can go to Karnataka, we can go to Andhra Pradesh, and we can settle there. So this is the right which is given by the government to us to settle at any places in all over the part of our territory. The next freedom to practice any lawful profession or to carry on any occupation, trade or business of one's choice. As whatever the business we want to start, we can start. Whatever the occupation we want to start, we can start it. Or whatever the profession you want to choose, you can choose. This is the right which is given by our government to us. All these rights or all this freedom comes under the right to liberty. Do this. Following are the action of A, B and C. Which kind of freedom do you connect with them with? A1. Establish Adivasi Cooperation Forum to solve the problem of the tribal people. B. Decided to move his father's bakery production from Goa to Maharashtra. C. Found some lackey in the new tax policy of the government. He wrote an article about it and sent it to a newspaper for publication. So, all this, the first one will show us that freedom to form association or union. B1 will show us that freedom to reside and settle in any part of the territory of India. And the C1 will show us that freedom of speech and expression. Do you know? The Constitution has given us many rights, but we have to exercise this responsibly. We should take care that others do not get affected by our behavior. We have the freedom of expression, but we cannot speak or write anything that might incite anybody to violence. Yes, this is the important thing, that Constitution is given us right, but we should not have to misuse that right. We should not write any article which can lead to a violence, or we should not harm any person, or we should not have to try to take away the right from any person or from the society, as it is equal right, it is equality in front of the government, in front of the constitutional law, that all the people are free, but there are some terms and conditions. The right to liberty in the Constitution has guaranteed us the freedom of speech and movement, and has also provided us security to keep us safe. This legal protection has been given to everybody equally, as under the right to liberty, constitutional also guarantees freedom of speech and movement, but also the constitutional guarantees of taking the care of us and to safeguard us from the violence. This legal protection has been given to everybody equally. It is not denied to anybody. For example, we all have a right to life. It appears to be simple, but it has a deep significance. It implies getting a guarantee to life, availability of a conducive environment for living. Nobody can take away another's life. No person can be arrested and detained without any person, as we are not having any right to take anybody or anybody's life or to kill any person, also to arrest any person without a warrant. This is the thing which safeguards our life under the constitutional law book. Think about it. There are some rights supplementary to the rights to life. For example, nobody can be punished twice for the same offense. Before being punished, the allegation against a person have to be proved. The courts have to perform this task. The police collect evidence against the accused and put up the case in the court. Even if a person accepts that he has committed a crime, he is not punished immediately. The allegations have to be proved legally. This judicial process takes time, but it is necessary so that an innocent person does not get punishment. The right to liberty now also includes the right to education. All children between 6 and 14 years of age are entitled to get education as a fundamental right. This ensures that no child will be deprived of education. Yes, under the right to liberty, it is compulsory to take the education between the age of 6 to 14 years. And this is the fundamental right which is given by our government and by our constitutional book. Right against exploitation. This is the another right which is for us. The right against exploitation implies the right to prevent exploitation. While the Constitution has banned all types of oppression through the rights against exploitation, it has made a special provision to prevent the exploitation of children. According, it is prohibited to employ children under 14 years of age in hazardous places. Children cannot be employed or made to work in factories and mines. Yes, right against exploitation. Under this, it is prohibited to keep the children, the under 14 years children, for work in any mines or in any factories. It is banned. Exploitation includes bonded labor or forcing somebody to work against his her wish. Treating somebody like a slave. Yes, we should not bond a labor, or by forcing any person, we cannot keep a person with us, or we should not treat any person like a slave. We have to treat each and every person as a good treatment we have to give them. Denying them legitimate compensation, making them do excessive or strenuous work, starving them or ill-treating them. Generally, women, children, the weaker section of society and powerless people are exploited. This rights enables us to stand up against any kind of exploitation. Yes, in society, in films, in serials, we see that the women's, children's, this type of categories are exploited by the people who are rich. So we have to keep a watch to this type of actions, and we have to take we have to go against to this type of exploitation. So our society will be safe in our country. Let's discuss. Children are not employed here. Workers are paid daily here. You see such boards in shops and hotels. In what way are they related to the rights in the Constitution? Employing children under the age of 14 years and denying workers their legitimate compensation are examples of exploitation. This is related to the rights against exploitation and rights to liberty. The Constitution includes the right against exploitation among the fundamental rights of the citizens. Accordingly, each Indian citizen can stand up against such type of exploitations. Also, all children between 6 and 14 years of age are entitled to get the education under the right to education, which is now their fundamental right. In this way, it is also related to the right to liberty. Thus, we can see that the boards in shops and hotels are related to the rights against exploitation and rights to liberty provided by the Constitution. By displaying such type of boards, the employers convey that they are adhering to the laws, they are following the laws. Let's discuss. The government has made many laws in order to prevent exploitation and to enable every individual to enjoy their freedom. Some laws have been mentioned below. Find out if there are more such laws and discuss them. First one, Minimum Wages Act provisions relating to working hours, rest hours, etc. in factories. Second one, the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act. Under this too, we can see that the Protection of Women and Domestic Violence Act, it is an act of the Parliament of India enacted to protect women and domestic violence. This act aims to extend protection to unmarried or married women facing torture and also to their children. This act provides for more effective protection of women's rights that are guaranteed by the Constitution. Women who are the victims of violence of any kind occurring within the family and matters related to the same can seek redressal under the provision of this act. Right to Free and Compulsory Education 2009. As per the provision of this act, every child between the age group of 6 to 14 years has the right to free and compulsory education in a neighborhood school till the child completes elementary education, that is primary education. In this chapter, we studied the rights to liberty and equality and the right against exploitation. In the next chapter, we shall study some more fundamental rights in the Constitution. That's all for today. Complete the given exercise and learn it. Thank you. Hello everyone, I'm Rupali Meshram. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for my latest updates.